Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for April 5th, 2017. For your Wednesday, a nice, pleasant, seasonably warm day today with temperatures in the 60s, and it's going to be a very pleasant day, mostly sunny, and a good day to get out. If you're going to cut work in the middle of the week, it's a good day to do it, because we do have another system moving in from the west that will be making its way through the region on Thursday, and actually going to start to rain overnight tonight, probably after midnight, a little well after midnight in some cases. And this is the system that's moving to the northeast, and it's going to be heading toward our area overnight. Going to have a warm front out ahead of it. The area of low pressure is still out here in the Ohio Valley. Warm front is going to be situated out here like this, and there's going to be some shower activity out ahead of it. There's also a cold front with this that's going to be extending down like this. In this warm sector, right in here, as you watch this progress northeastward, it actually is going to head a little more east-northeastward, and it's going to head toward the southern portions of our coverage area. This is where our thunderstorm threat will be, because you're going to be warm sectored in between these two fronts until the cold front moves through. And the bulk of the precipitation that's coming through on Thursday, which will be heavy at times, will be ahead of this cold front as it moves through. So you move this forward, and you can see this rain breaking out Thursday morning, getting especially heavy as you get toward late morning and noon. Actually, most of the morning, I'll say here, is where the heaviest it will occur. And because of this track being right here, you're going to be warm sectored. Of course, the warm front is situated up here, cold front down here. So you have a little window right in here in our south and eastern sections for the opportunity for thunderstorms. And you could have a few strong storms along that or within that boundary. But I'm not really crazy about severe weather potential. You could have more of the elevated convection type of storms like we saw a few days ago, several days ago, and that led to numerous lightning, even though it wasn't very warm. But it will be warm on Thursday, relatively warmer than it was that night when we were having some temperatures that were in the upper 30s and lower 40s, and we're getting thunderstorms. So I do think you see lightning and out of this, but as far as severe weather is concerned, it's going to be limited, I think, just because the amount of instability will be lacking because of the ongoing rain out ahead of it. Moving this forward, and we can see this starts to pull away in the afternoon, at least pull to the north. It's going to head up into New York State and kind of sit there, and it's going to set up a very raw and chilly day on Friday. We'll get to that in a second. Let's go to the NAM high-res future simulated radar. This is at 2 a.m. on Thursday, so this is just after midnight on Wednesday night, and you can see showers starting to build at this point. But you go to the next frame, this is now 5 a.m. and it's spread across the entire area. This is along the warm front, some more showery type stuff that's going to happen early on, but that is going to get progressively heavier with the chance of thunderstorms. You can see these thunderstorms lining up out ahead of this cold front, as this is going to be pushing through our area on Thursday morning. Again, it doesn't have to be really warm to get the lightning and thunder. That's what we're going to be dealing with. I think that's your biggest threat on Thursday morning, but it would not rule out a brief spin up just because you're in that warm sector in those areas. So we'll keep an eye on that closely. This moves to New Jersey by late morning, and then just more showery type stuff that's going to lift off to the north. By the time you get to 5 p.m., here is what's left across as this is lifting off to the north, and you have a little bit of clearing going on to the south. I don't want to say clearing as in the clouds are dissipating, but clearing as a break from the rain at this point, it looks like, and that lifts up to the north, and then we dry out a little bit, but then we're going to be back in this on Friday, because this system here is going to be, again, kind of just dying out here over western New York State, and then you're going to get some wraparound effects from this on Friday. Friday's going to be one of those days where it's just going to be raw, damp, and chilly, okay, because you're going to have this area low pressure sitting up here, and you have a constant northwest flow. This is going to feel like a winter day, just raw, damp, chilly, and the chance for showers, maybe even mixed with snow up here in the high northern parts of Pennsylvania, north central Pennsylvania especially, but that may sneak over to northeastern Pennsylvania. Not expecting accumulations from this because I do think the temperature is going to be a little bit too warm, but I don't, just because the upper levels are going to be cold because of the position of this low pressure and the cold air coming in from the north behind it. I can see it falling as snow, maybe not sticking too well, but still falling nonetheless. And then there's Friday evening. You still have some ongoing showers, more isolated down to the south, more scattered up to the north, and that's going to be your day on Friday. Very chilly, very raw, very damp. Okay, and then we get into Saturday. It's going to be an improvement. As far as drying out, we are expecting partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are going to rebound back to near normal for this time of year, and then we're going to have a very strong ridge that's going to build in beginning on Sunday High pressure is going to move off the mid-Atlantic coast, and we're going to get a return flow. Not quite on Sunday yet, but we're going to get a southwesterly flow coming in, and eventually south-southwest as we get into Monday. We're going to get into the 70s, it looks like, for the central and southern areas by the time we get to Monday. And no precipitation to speak of on Monday. This warm spell is going to last until this cold front arrives in the middle of the week, and that's probably not going to be till later Wednesday. So you're going to have at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of temperatures into the 70s, and it'll feel very warm, unseasonably warm for a couple days. If that's your thing, you're going to like early next week. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is our outlook for April 5th, 2017. Have a great Wednesday.